Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Churchill Capital. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a video about Churchill Capital. Why did Churchill Capital drop 10% today? What's going on? Has there been anything confirmed as far as the merger goes in itself? So really diving in a little bit deeper. If you guys don't know what Churchill Capital actually is, it's a blank check company, but the reason why the stock has had so much of a run-up is because it is actually potentially rumored to merge with the big EV giant known as Lucid Motors. So if we take a look at the one-year chart here altogether, this thing IPO'd September 18th of 2020, currently up over 115%. And even if you take a look at the 1-month chart, it's up over 100%. So the stock is doing pretty well, and this is just based off rumors alone. Like I said, it's rumored right now that Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors are going through with a merger. Lucid Motors is an EV company that's based out of California. I believe they're going to start producing their vehicles, the Lucid Air, this spring. And the company is absolutely just going to be huge. Like I said, this company is based out of California. I'm expected for Lucid Motors to do very well. And I know that the company is already backed by a lot of big-time people. For example, I know Saudi Arabia has $1 billion invested in Lucid Motors, and I believe that they're also going to be building a factory there. But basically what happened is on January 11th, there was a rumor that basically it's in talks to merge with the EV giant known as Lucid Motors. In addition to this rumor, like I said, there's talks with the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund to build the new EV factory over there in Saudi Arabia, which is just absolutely amazing and which did cause the stock to run up all the way up to $25. Now, looking at it right now, you know, the reason why the stock dropped is just due to the simple fact that right now, like I said, rumors are just blooming in the air. There's nothing that's actually been confirmed as far as the whole rumor in itself. But it leads people to question the fact, should you buy the dip on Churchill Capital? Is Churchill Capital worth the investment at $22? Should I take the risk here and invest in Churchill Capital stock at $22.09? Now, you guys always have to understand that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But diving in a little bit deeper, people have to understand that right now Churchill Capital is a risky investment. There is no other way around this. There's no other way to put it in a nice way that, yes, Churchill Capital is not the safest investment ever. But for me, I'd rather take the risk. I like taking risk every once in a while. Usually, I always like to play it safe when it comes to investing. But for Churchill Capital, I just did a small investment of 100 shares at $17.85. And the reason I did this is just because, like I said, you know, if the rumors are actually true, I know that Churchill Capital is going to skyrocket. There's no doubt about that. But in the sudden drop in itself, some people are taking this opportunity to actually buy the dip on Churchill Capital stock. There's nothing wrong with that. If we dive in a little bit deeper, like I said, the fact that the potential rumors alone drove the stock up over 100%. If Lucid Motors and Churchill Capital are actually going to merge through, then this is going to cause a huge rally in the stock in itself. But I think what also drove the price of Churchill Capital down to about $22 is the fact that I believe that the EV giant in itself is actually delaying its merger, which did cause the stock to actually drop a little bit as well. Now, if you guys take a look at it in general, and then this is the riskiest part about the investment in itself, if Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors don't actually merge in itself, you could see the gains completely evaporate, the 100% that the Churchill Capital ran up. I don't think it's going to go back to $10, but it is likely that the stock is going to probably hover around $15 to $16, where it was sitting kind of right before the rumors kind of started talking in itself. Like I said, Churchill Capital is a blank check company, so it can always merge with a different company, but I think people are putting their expectations for Churchill Capital to want to merge with Lucid Motors. For me, whatever Lucid Motors actually does end up merging with, I'm 100% going to invest in it. I think it would be a great investment. Like I said, Lucid Motors is going to be a big-time company. But what's actually interesting about Churchill Capital in itself is there's also a lot of big-time investors who are accumulating the stock. I think something big is going to go down with Churchill Capital. I'm just not sure on what it is. Like I said, this did cause the overall rally in Churchill Capital. But the fact that a lot of big-time investors are picking up the stock, the fact that the stock in itself has had such a huge, massive rally off rumors alone, some people take the opportunity to basically play the stock in itself. You're right, you buy the dip, you can sell the high, kind of buy the rumor, sell the news type of deal. Or there's people who are holding the stock. I just want everybody to know that I'm also holding the stock as well, because I want to see if Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors are actually going to merge together. We don't know if Churchill Capital is going to merge with Lucid Motors, but what we do know is Lucid Motors is trying to go public with an IPO. So this is why it's also driving the stock price higher. And like I said, I believe that Lucid Motors is going to be a huge EV giant in itself. But the thing is, too, and here's a little bit of speculation, is there was a report that indicated that the transaction in itself could be valued about $15 billion. But that doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. I don't think that overall makes sense. I think that's just a little bit too much. And the fact, too, is, you know, Saudi Arabia has already invested $1 billion into Lucid Motors. So I don't think that the transaction in itself is going to be valued that high. But really taking a look at it, driving it upward, the fact that Lucid Motors is already building a factory in Saudi Arabia, and like I said, they're going to begin the production of their vehicle, the Lucid Air, this current spring. I can already tell that this company is definitely going to be swinging in. And the cool thing I like about Lucid Motors over any other company in itself is the simple fact that the Lucid Motors company is more of an established company. Like, the company's already going to start selling vehicles. It's already hitting the road. It's already got factories built. And it just leads to the overall point that the EV market is very explosive. That is very true, and it's very rampant. A lot of EV stocks are growing like crazy, but the fact that Lucid Motors is coming into the game as an established EV company, the fact that it's already starting to sell vehicles, the stock is going to see a lot of huge upside. I do endorse investing in Lucid Motors. I think Lucid Motors, whatever stock it actually ends up merging with, I am definitely going to buy it. Right now, I am holding my Churchill Capital shares. I do think that right now, I'm just going to wait and see what actually does happen with the stock itself. Potentially, it could merge with Lucid Motors. I would more than happy to take that risk just to lose a few $100s. But for people, if you are bullish on it and you think right now is a very good opportunity and you think that the merger is going to go through, take the opportunity and buy the dip. This is the perfect moment for you guys. Like I said, you know, sitting at $22, the stock is pretty cheap for the potential upside that the stock could have. And if Lucid Motors and Churchill Capital actually announce a merger together, I could see Churchill Capital going to $50 to $60 pretty easily. I don't think that the stock is going to see a lot of downside if the merger doesn't go through. Like I said, it may lose about, you know, 20 to 50%. But altogether, if the stock does actually announce that it's going through a merger, like, the stock has definitely a 100% upside potential. So I like the odds there. I'm taking the risk when investing in Churchill Capital. Right now, I do think it is worth the investment based on the risks that are at hand. But like I said, at the end of the day, people have to understand that it is just a rumor alone. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Churchill Capital. Are you guys taking the risk and investing in Churchill Capital? Are you guys buying the dip on Churchill Capital stock? If you guys own Churchill Capital stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average?